Adobe recently released a brand new Photoshop beta, which includes the AI generative fill. And unless you've been living under a rock for the past few years, you'll know that there's like endless AI tools right now. But from what I've seen so far, the Photoshop one seems to be the most usable in like real world situations, even in the beta stage that it's in right now. I couldn't resist getting my mind absolutely blown by this and maybe having an existential crisis in the process. So I thought I'd save it for this video to go through it live and just mess around with it and see what we can do. So let's jump into Photoshop and get our minds absolutely blown. I'm kind of nervous about this. So, just loaded into Photoshop. I've chosen some photos that I think will be quite suitable for certain things I want to try. I really want to test this and see how far we can push it and what it can do. So, let's jump in. I'm going to start with this image that I took at Cardinal Valley. It's an okay image, like, compositionally, but it's just a little bit boring. Like, there's not much going on, and I've specifically picked this photo because over here, I think there could be something more interesting in the distance. It's as simple as we select the part we want, and this little box pops up. Let's see if we can put like a castle in the background. Oh my god. Okay, it's a little bit dodgy on the top. Oh my god, this is insane though. Okay, so it even gets the out of focus part. It knows enough about the image that it knows that that is out of focus in the background. It's kind of flawless. It even gets the, obviously this picture's in the shade, this section. It knows that the light was coming from that right side of the hill. I'm assuming based on this section with the people. There's like an edge light on it. I mean, it looks a little bit weird there, I think, but this is incredible. I just literally put a box around it and typed it in. Like, this is a good start. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and see what I can do with this picture. So I think we need a moat. We got the castle on the hill. We need the moat going around it. What's the best tool to use for this? Yeah, probably the lasso tool. So I'm just gonna select all around this section that I want. You don't have to be like super specific or anything. You just roughly just point towards it and it knows what you're doing. This is great. Add a moat. It's quite exciting, like waiting for it to load. Oh my god, okay. This one is quite impressive, this first one, because it has the reflection of the castle in the water. Oh my god, literally a perfect reflection of the castle. This is insane. It's a little bit scary, but it's insane. This would take hours before. This is just the beta version as well. Like, this is going to get a lot better. Like, just with a few clicks, I can do things that people make a living from, which is the scary part of this. Okay, that just got rid of that completely. So far, we started with this, and now we have this. So every time you do a generative, I can't say that word. So every time you do a generative fill, it gets its own layer with the variations, and then you can actually generate more in this little box by just typing and doing that again. So at any time, you can just go in to your different layers and choose your different variations, which is quite nice. Okay, the sky is looking a bit boring for me now. You see, I'm getting fussy now. I'm just like, let's change everything. I'm not sure technically where this stands, like legally. I'm assuming that this is technically still my work. The question is, what's the AI being trained on? Because that's other people's work, surely. So this is a bit of a grey area. Legally, am I stealing people's work because the AI is trained on other people's work, even though it's original stuff it's creating? This is a slippery slope. I think I'm gonna try and add some birds into the sky. Oh my god. Okay, that's a little bit fake, isn't it? Okay, it's really made these birds like front and center. Okay, we're gonna keep this bird in just for a laugh. So we went from this to this. Pretty wild. So the next photo I'm using is this picture of a shipwreck that I got in Scotland somewhere. It looks pretty epic on its own, I think, just as a thing to see with your eyes. It was incredible, so it was pretty easy to take photos of. But what I want to try is extending the edges of this. Another way that this can be used is to like change portrait images into landscape. So we'll keep the boat centered. So I've selected the empty edges of this photo and left a little bit of padding so it's got something to work off and expand. And I'm just going to click generate on this. I'm not going to type anything in. I'm just going to see what it can do based on the information it's got there. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's impressive, just straight right off the bat. This is crazy stuff. The way that it's extended the pebbles here with the focus, like, it's kind of flawless, right? The way that the pebbles and rope there are out of focus, it actually follows that all the way down. This is insane. I kind of wish it looked like this. In real life, there was this forest here on the left, but this just looks cool. Like, I could see that hanging in someone's living room. It should not be this easy, but it is now. And I guess as a tool, this is a good thing in a pinch, but there's people that do this for a living that, you know, their jobs will become less needed now, which is a sad side effect to this. It's just a crazy thing to see. I'm going to generate some more just because it did such a good job. I want to see what else it can do. I mean, realistically, we could just keep going forever with the crop. Let's just go outrageous. Let's just see what it can do. Select just the edge again. Shift Command I to select the inverse. And then just generate. I'm not typing anything into this, I'm just letting it do its thing. I think we've basically doubled the size of the image with this, so I'm just excited to see what it puts in there. This is really fun to play with. I'm already starting to see like the real world uses of it as well, which scares me a little. Okay, there's some like issues with the edges here, but we'll see if that carries on. Okay, that's sorted it. It's because it put this layer underneath the other one for some reason. So as soon as I do that, it just pops back and looks flawless once again. Something that I've just noticed as well is that it adds like a vignette to the edges. It's obviously understanding what a lens would do because it's done it all round. This is wild. Let's do something silly. Let's see if we can change this epic shipwreck. I don't know why anyone would ever want to do this because it looks so cool, but let's just type in shipwreck and see what see what it does. Oh my god, okay. This looks like CG. Okay, it's crazy how it does this, how it masks out the background so perfectly. Like right here, like there was obviously something behind this, and it removes the background completely and places this as it would be. I mean, these do look a little bit CG. Let's generate some more and see what it comes up with. Imagine if it just came up exactly with the same shipwreck.
Nice approach.
Okay, that's not the best. Let's give it a helping hand, as if it needs one. Yeah, it seems to be struggling with the realism. Then again, the lighting's right though. Oh, that one's a bit better. Not as good as the original. We officially beat AI. We went from this to this. So another thing I wanted to test this out for was like retouching work. Retouching is a big part of photography, and you know, it's something that people specifically do. So let's just see what this can do when it comes to like removing objects and cleaning things up and stuff like that. This is a photo that I took in Tenerife a few weeks ago, and I remember at the time this lamppost was kind of annoying me. I've grown to love it because I like the way that this pineapple looking thing comes out of the top, but at the time I was like, oh, I wish that wasn't there. I just feel like the whole composition would be a lot cleaner without it there. So I'm just going to circle it and see if it can get rid of it. Remove lamppost. Is lamppost one word? Lamppost is 2 words. Now you know. Oh my god. What? How? There's 3 options for this too. Let's see what we got. This is actually crazy. Number 2 got a nice bottom part of this plant, and it kind of finished off. It kind of finished off this plant as well. This is insane. Like, to do this on its own, it'd be a bunch of masking and patching, maybe even compositing some new stuff in there to finish off the plants and stuff. But this just flawlessly, boop, and it's gone. And I'm assuming we can just do the same sort of thing with these marks on the wall if that was something that you wanted to do. Yep, just like that. This is a game changer for retouching work. So in just a few seconds, we've gone from this to this. I mean, let's just go crazy with it. Let's take out all the things that stand out to me as being like, in a perfect world, it would be clean if these things weren't there. It does raise a question of like, how far is cheating? How far can you go with like retouching and changing things that it actually isn't the original photo anymore? And is that cheating? Let me know in the comments what you think. It's on my mind a lot recently, and I can't decide how I feel about it just yet. It's all too new. Yep, that's another one just fixed flawlessly. I want to see what happens if we just try and remove this whole bush. What would it put in its place? Oh my god. So this one, it's tried to, looks like the perspective's a bit off on it. Kind of looks like it's trying to be a little bit angled. But this first one, I mean, it looks pretty good. Let's try again. That's kind of more like it. Oh, a nice little rocky thing. This would be the kind of thing. And then can we just clean this up? It's mind-blowing how roughly you can just like draw around things and it knows exactly what you want. It's like it reads your mind. There we go, in just a few clicks we've cleaned that up as well. So this photo was a sort of retouching test and cleaning things up. So we went from this to this, which is a lot cleaner. I mean, I'm not a big fan of changing main elements of the composition to things that weren't there in real life. That just feels a little bit like cheating to me. And I'm not really sure what's going on up here, and it's kind of blurry in places. So it's not perfect, but if we take away the changes in the actual scene, what was actually there, then we went from this to this, which I actually think looks a lot more pleasing to the eye. I hate to admit, but it kind of does. Let's see what else we can do with it. Okay, so this was one, I just wanted to see if I could change what my pizza was, just for the sake of it. So I want this to be vegetable lasagna. Let's see if AI knows what food is. I'm assuming it does. It pretty much knows our day-to-day thoughts, so I'm assuming it knows what food is. Oh my god. I mean, kind of looks fake. It kind of looks like I could have done this and just literally got a PNG of a lasagna and dropped it on top of where the pizza was. There's no real shadow. Oh, I guess there is a shadow actually. Does this look real? Something looks off to me about this. See if it can be a cheeseburger. What the hell is that? The scale seems all off. Look at that. Okay, so AI does not know food according to this. Why does this look more real than the last one? Oh, it kind of makes my skin crawl. That looks disgusting. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Why does this look more realistic than the food? Let's see how it handles people. AI is generally not good with hands and stuff like that, so we'll see. Oh, I've just said that and a hand pops up with 3 fingers on it. It's actually done. Oh my god. For a second that was really believable, and then I went in closer. It's just put like the same sort of thing, just someone getting up in your grill, like trying to chow down on your maggots, and someone's trying to like book a doctor's appointment all up in your face. So it went from this to this beautiful view and a nice beer. I was really impressed how it handled like landscapes and putting things in the background and in the distance. I think that's where it's strong right now. I mean, it's still in the beta, but it seemed to do that really well. So I took this picture on the way up to Mount TD. Wouldn't this just look awesome with a massive tower coming through the clouds? I think so. Put it right there. Let's see if it handles like putting the clouds in front of it and around it. I'm assuming it will based on this. This is insanely good so far. Okay, that looks like a PS2 graphics tower. Okay, that's a little better. Some of them do come out looking very like CGI and smooth. We're gonna try and put a dragon in. Let's see if it knows what a dragon is. Why not? Hell yeah. We got dragons. Okay, this one's pretty good. The lighting, again, is like where it should be. And it matches the contrast, which is quite impressive. I mean, I know this looks CG because it's a dragon. That couldn't be real. I don't know if you knew that, but these don't exist. But it matches the contrast, the lighting. I mean, it added clouds as well. It added more clouds in the background. It's really impressive stuff, especially for beta. Let's make it breathe fire. Not quite breathing fire. Oh, here we go. That fire actually looks real, but now it has no face. And there's like a horn coming out of it. Gothic tower, so it's a little bit more dramatic and scary. Oh, that's pretty cool. The scale of this one feels right. This is the best one so far in terms of, again, the lighting and everything. Let's sort of combine a few things that we've done so far. We're gonna make it like a panoramic sort of size. We're gonna go 2 to 1 and just extend it roughly where I want it, and then just click generate. It's that easy. You don't even have to think. All you have to do is come up with the idea and type it in, and it seems to just know for the most part, unless you want dragons or lasagna. Then this is the wrong software for you. Oh my god, this is crazy. Just to finish this off, I think we need another dragon. Okay, that one's pretty epic. The silhouette lighting's not right, but it kind of looks cool. Forget the dragons. We're just going to keep it real with this one. This was the original image of just this cloud inversion, and then we added a tower and then extended it just to be this epic thing. It's literally completely different. Just the clouds and some of the trees remain. Pretty much. Super impressive. So I'm going to try and cut out Beth from this. Just roughly delete the rest of the image. I want to see if it can like composite 2 images together just from something this rough. So I've literally just slapped this in. I'm going to merge this whole thing together so it's just one layer. Generate something that goes over this line that connects them. So that's pretty cool. Ironically, it's actually quite a creative process because you're still coming up with the ideas. It just gives you quicker and probably better access than sometimes you could do it yourself. It's quite fun to like just imagine things and then see if it can do it and see if it can do it in a useful way as well. This is really, really cool stuff. So that was my first look into Photoshop's generative fill with AI, and honestly, it's blown me away. The potential of this is crazy, and I'm not even sure on the moral side of it yet. Like, let me know what you think in the comments, because this is a big grey area right now in terms of like the legal side of it and all that, and I can't even decide how I feel about it. It's really cool and useful in a lot of ways, but that's also going to affect people who do this for a living. Does that mean we just have to adapt and use this stuff in our workflow to make our work better? It's so brand new and moving so fast that it's hard to even gather your thoughts about it sometimes, so let me know what you think and we'll have a little discussion about it. This was only like a surface level look at this, but just doing this has gave me like a bunch of video workflow ideas and how I can implement it into stuff like that. In fact, half the elements in the intro of this video that you just watched were AI generated. Could you tell? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.